Fantasy check-in for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Westbrook continues to struggle with the efficiency. The numbers are absolutely horrific. 36% from the field over the last 2 weeks, 57% from the line, 29% from three. That's a true shooting of 43%, and that's really torpedoing his fantasy value. He is averaging a triple-double this season again. He's getting you 3 steals a game over the last 7, and all those counting stats are nice, but if you pay any attention to percentages, he is a real anchor in those areas, and by anchor, I don't mean someone that's solidifying your team. I mean someone who's dropping you to the bottom of the ocean so you drown and die. Steven Adams, another really bad free throw percentage guy, one of the worst free throw percentage players in all of fantasy basketball. He's under 60% on 7 attempts over the last 2 weeks, and you have to be punting free throws to have Adams, but he is averaging 20 points per game and 8 rebounds in these last 7, and that's strong. Well, the only other, apart from Paul George, who is on fire at the moment, shooting the lights out and is a top 5 fantasy player, the only other standard league guy is Jeremy Grant, who's a very low upside player. He's improved his shooting significantly, averaging 12 points, but only 3.5 rebounds. It's the 1.6 blocks, it's the 53% from the field that is really bringing any Jeremy Grant value. He can be that player who's just a borderline 12-team, must-roster 14-team league guy. I think you probably do want to roster him in 12-team leagues, but he's not a huge high upside guy. While Dennis Schroeder, his value is really being propped up by higher than normal efficiency. That's dropped back down. He's now outside the top 150. He's not a 10-team league player in my opinion. He is a fringe 12-team league guy, but I do think that 12-team status will disappear as the season goes on. He's averaging 15.5 with 3.5 assists, which is very Colin Sexton-ish type numbers, and with Westbrook back and playing and George dominating, Schroeder's minutes are on the decline, and his usage, it's all going to be dependent really on how his efficiency goes, and it's starting to revert back to Atlanta numbers. The shooting guard position continues to be a mess. Terry Ferguson, Alex Abrines, Hamidou Diallo. Not much happening from really any of those guys to have any impact in leagues outside of 30-teamers realistically. While Nerlens Noel is one of the best defensive streamers in basketball, continues to do that over the last 7 games, 1.3 steals and 1.3 blocks. That can be really helpful, but of course, it's not for every team.